The Battle of the Trench was an important battle that took place in 627 CE in Medina between the Muslims and the polytheistic Quraysh tribe of Mecca. The Quraysh of Mecca saw the Muslims' belief in one God, Allah, as a threat, as it challenged their polytheistic religious system. Determined to protect their beliefs and destroy the Muslim community, the Quraysh assembled a large army and laid siege to Medina. Their goal was to eliminate the Muslim leader Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam, and wipe out all the Muslims in the city. To defend the city, the Muslims, following the advice of a Persian Muslim named Solomon the Persian, dug a wide trench around Medina. This trench effectively prevented the enemy forces from launching a direct attack on the city. However, the Quraysh army sought a way to break through this obstacle, so they sent forth one of their strongest warriors, Ammar bin Abdud. He was one of the most feared and experienced fighters in Arabia. Despite his age, he remained a formidable force, so much so that no one dared to challenge him. That day, Ammar leaped across the trench and stood before the Muslims, issuing a challenge. "Is there no one among you brave enough to fight me?" His challenge caused a brief silence among the Muslim ranks. Ammar stood alone in the battlefield, pounding his shield on the ground as he waited for an opponent. His massive stature, gleaming armor, and powerful sword made him seem invincible. He was so confident in his abilities that he believed no one would dare face him. At that moment, Muhammad, the Muslims' prophet and leader, turned to his companions and asked, "Who will face Ammar bin Abdud?" For a moment, the silence continued, until a young man stood up. Ali. Ali was Muhammad's cousin, having been raised by him, and though he was young, he was known for his bravery and skill in battle. He had been trained by Muhammad himself and had gained valuable experience in previous battles. Ali's fearlessness and unwavering faith set him apart from the others. He was also an exceptional swordsman, with several significant victories to his name. Ali approached Muhammad and said, "I wish to fight him." Muhammad, recognizing Ali's courage, asked once more, "Ammar is very strong. Are you sure?" Ali's response was firm. "Yes, I am ready to fight him." Muhammad, seeing Ali's determination, offered a prayer for him. Ali, fully prepared, took up his shield and sword and stepped onto the battlefield to face Ammar bin Abdud. When Ammar saw the young Ali approaching, he laughed mockingly. "Is it you they've sent to fight me, boy? You are just a child. Could they find no one better than a mere boy? Go back. Someone like you cannot stand against me." But Ali, undeterred, replied confidently, "I am ready to fight you. We believe in Allah, the one God, and we draw our strength from him." The two warriors stood face to face in the center of the battlefield. Ammar, filled with rage, launched a series of powerful attacks. His sword slashed through the air with deadly force, aiming to crush Ali. But Ali, with incredible agility, dodged the attacks and expertly defended himself with his shield. Ammar, convinced that each strike would defeat the young man, grew increasingly frustrated as Ali skillfully evaded every blow. After some time, Ali found an opening. As Ammar overextended himself in a wild swing, Ali seized the opportunity. Spotting a gap in Ammar's armor, he swiftly struck, driving his sword into the vulnerable spot. Ammar collapsed from the sudden and precise blow. Spotting a gap in Ammar's armor, he swiftly struck, driving his sword into the vulnerable spot. Ammar collapsed from the sudden and precise blow. Despite his young age, Ali had demonstrated not only his strength but also his courage and determination. His triumph did not merely boost the morale of the Muslim forces, but also dealt a significant blow to the Quraysh army's spirit. This duel became a turning point in the Battle of the Trench, and Ali's bravery earned him the status of a hero. While the trench kept the enemy forces at bay, the siege dragged on for weeks. Both the Muslims and the Quraysh army found themselves in increasingly dire situations. The Muslims faced shortages of food and water, yet they remained steadfast, continuing to pray to their one God. The polytheistic Quraysh, on the other hand, grew weary, as the prolonged siege wore down their strength and morale. Then, something unexpected happened. One night, a powerful storm struck without warning. The wind tore through the Quraysh camp, blowing away their tents, scattering their supplies, and disrupting their formations. The storm was so fierce that the Quraysh forces were unable to recover, and they were forced to retreat in defeat. Their spirits broken, they abandoned the siege and left Medina. For the Muslims, this storm was seen as divine intervention, a clear sign of Allah's help in their time of need. They had endured the siege with patience and faith, trusting in their one God to guide them to victory. When the siege finally ended, the Muslims had successfully defended Medina, and the Quraysh were forced to retreat. This event became a powerful symbol of the Muslims' faith and perseverance, showing how their belief in one God had led them to victory against a polytheistic army.